Merry Christmas, everybody. If you're anything like me, you've spent America's only federal religious holiday getting some Christmas cards or sending some of your own. But back in the day, we didn't have a standard idea of what our Christmas icons were, so expect some random Victorian era chaos. I've got 3 Christmas cards right here, and they've all got a similar kind of theme. I can see that there's a Christmas tree, there's kind of a Santa hat kind of deal happening. It's got a little Santa hat on, just like me. How we ended up with this iconography, that might be a story for a different time. Otherwise, this video is going to be longer and you're probably not going to watch it. But the short answer is, well, England and Germany used to be friends, back in the 1800s anyway. And they were so friendly that their families were friendly with each other, if you know what I mean. At the very same time, people are going, man, we really need to have a post office. But funding the post office has always been problematic. Victorian era England is also a time when you start seeing like machinery start to come around. So we have machinery, and all of a sudden we're able to go, we can mass produce cardstock. And we want to have a post office. So you have post cards. Hey, we need an excuse to start getting these cards moving around. So why don't we have Christmas cards? But there's not like a universal idea of what Christmas is, especially back then. Heck, there's barely still one now. If you think about countries like Japan, or whoever made this Santa Claus movie, where Santa, you've got the part where he's got the red suit, but he also has toy reindeer, and he's friends with a blacksmith, and Merlin the magician is here? What? And now imagine a world where there is barely any of that. You don't even have the red hat part going. But you still want to sell cards, and you still want to have the post office, and I need people to buy stamps. The more people who buy stamps, the more powerful the government's going to be, the more the government's able to start moving things around in a trade kind of way. Trade helps everybody, unless it's the Black Plague, but otherwise, I need to get things moving. And capitalism's going to tell me whatever sells, print it. So whatever people are buying, put that on a card. Oh, but my card is super popular and weird. Don't care. You had me at popular. So that's why you end up with all of these cards that I'm probably going to narrate because it's hot in here and this hat isn't helping. I did one of these earlier and I kept saying coast office. If I accidentally said coast office in there, just assume I said post office and let's move on with our lives. This whole card thing started in 1843, the same week A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens came out. Sir Henry Cole got in a little trouble, 'cause I can see a kid, and they're totally going to town on that wine. And Henry Cole got in trouble because of the temperance movement. Why not a fun mouse on a lobster? Oh my gosh, are these cats or some mobsters? You know, when you dump stuff out of your window, it feels like a dead bird. Objects will make out in your house. The puppies take up arms. This frog shouldn't have snitched. Sometimes your snowman melts in the sun, but comes back seeking vengeance. Get a room, you two. Check it out, it's Father Christmas. He's not quite in his whole Santa look yet, but I'm happy to see that bird is still alive. Christmas pudding might give you indigestion. Is that guy a turnip? Don't ask that question. It feels like whenever someone's food, there's also a dead bird. Hey Krampus, that's a sweet ride. Pudding, baked, never fried. No matter what your mirth happens to be, there's always a dead bird. What the heck? The wild part is, you've invented like a stamp, right? And then you've invented an ability to produce a whole bunch of cards, and you want to merge the two together, you just don't know what to put on the cards. And Christmas is super popular, so I guess just Christmas. But this process took like 40 to 50 years, and it vastly increased the popularity of the post office, sure. But like, what you're actually putting on there, if you're just letting the public decide, and they love all this weird, macabre, bizarre art, what? This is also why if you watch The Christmas Carol, my favorite being The Muppet Christmas Carol, there's not a lot of like Santa-ish imagery with this. Nobody has a tree in their house at this point. The closest you're going to get is the ghost of Christmas Present, who looks kind of a lot like Bacchus. The Santa part, we haven't got that nailed down yet. Much like anything in history, it takes time. It's a merging of cultural elements, and it's also whatever's just popular. Popular Christmas iconography now was kind of more ironed out by things like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, where you end up with like Santa being fat, him having 8 tiny reindeer, or things like Coca-Cola going, I need to sell soda and I need to appear wholesome because it's the temperance movement. So like, let's go with Santa? Like, right? That seems pretty good. I don't know what future Christmas will look like, but right now I'm wishing you a happy holidays and a super awesome, cool new year. Feel free to click the bell and the buttons and doing all the liking and all the subscribing. I'm a teacher and a vendor in the Los Angeles area. So if you're looking for somebody to teach you history, science, Dungeons and Dragons, and you know what? Let's just throw math. I also teach math. I've also been doing a lot of board games at people's houses. So yes, if you're bored, I will come over and play Dungeons and Dragons, or heck, you know what? We can do a cosmic encounter if you're feeling up for something spacey. I do that for children. I do it for adults alike. It's a super awesome, fun time. Anyway, I hope you have a super awesome, cool day. Take it easy. Bye!